What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube world, YouTube land? I'm Real Estate Jay, and welcome to the Cold Summer Podcast. First of all, I want to shout out to the person I'm going to react to today. His name is Austin Rutherford out in Columbus, Ohio. He's a real estate investor. So let's go ahead and give him a round of applause. Shout out to Austin. So let's go ahead and react to this video, man, because we need to get to it, man. What are you talking about?
I went to Louis V and Gucci today. Here's what I've determined. If you ain't got at least $100,000 in the bank or $1 million in assets at minimum, what are you doing there? Buy some shoes, that's a stack. You buy a hoodie, that's another $1,000, $2,000. You buy a little bag, that's another couple $1,000. And I'm sitting there like, I can buy a house. I can buy an investment property that pays me for a couple $1,000.
Same here.
So all these people walking around that ain't got no money in the bank and no assets to talk about are dripped out from the head to the toes. Come on now. Listen, the math is not mathing. Use that money to invest into assets that'll pay you for the rest of your life and help you build wealth, so you never got to worry about prices again. Listen, I went to Louis V and Gucci.
So let's break it down, man. This is as clear as you can say it. And I got to talk to not just one specific type of people. I'm talking to everybody. We got to learn that we have to understand that look, man. All of this living for somebody else and trying to enjoy everything at every moment and you're broke, that is one of the most uncomfortable feelings in the world. Well, you have to get out of the consumer mindset. You see these people at these expensive designer stores and their clothes are ugly.
Sensational.
And they want to show you on Instagram. And I immediately laugh. I chuckle inside a lot of times when I see these guys or even women and they wear the newest stuff. But meanwhile, the house that you're living in is horrible and you got this expensive car note and you can barely even buy groceries. You want to talk about it's a bad economy, but meanwhile, you're wearing $800 shoes on. Right? You got to stop being a consumer all of your life. You just can't, right? And this is what most people are. This is why they keep making the designer families, right? Your LVMHs, the families so rich. They don't care about you, right? When are you guys going to get that? They don't care about you. You have to learn to do this for you and your family. You know how much money you can afford. You know if that car note is too expensive. You know if that house is too expensive. There are three things, the big three factors when it comes to just living in general, no matter what economic status that you're on, we all have to deal with these three things. And that is food, housing, and transportation. Okay? And a lot of us, 2 out of the 3, we have made an astronomical expense for ourselves, which is housing and transportation. We can take care of those 2 things and we can really, really live a little bit more comfortably. But see, the goal that I'm trying to discuss here is not necessarily just saving to save, because then when you save and then you use your money, you go down to zero. It's really saving to invest your money, right? So invest into a few things, such as your IRA account, right? Individual retirement account. Put money into that. Put money into your 401k. Increase your contribution, right? Make sure you got a match plan. And if you can, buy some real estate. You guys, if you're out here spending all this money on designer and you don't have no cash flow coming in and you're using your active income means you got to go work for that. You got to go to your job and clock in and make that money. It's not coming to you every month in residual. You have to trade time for money. That is active. What are you doing? Why are you going and buying all this stuff and you're having to go work for it? How much time did it take you to make $1,000 for you to go blow it in 15 minutes?
Sensational.
I don't understand. Like, even the money that I've been making in real estate and money for my rentals, the first thing I think about is how I can make more money passively. I don't think about going to the Gucci and Louis store. I don't care about them. You know why I don't care about them? Because that family is getting so rich and I'm trying to build wealth for my family. No one's coming and spending. Well, I mean, when you have rentals, yeah, they are spending over $1,000 to live in an establishment that you have. But I'm not going to spend $1,000 at Balenciaga. Why do I care about Balenciaga and they nasty sock shoes anyway? I don't care. And so this video is very relevant because you see so many people living for social media, living for the likes. And so they live for these likes just so they can show you, but then in their bank account, they're struggling, right? They're asking to borrow money for you for things that they want, but then they're begging for things that they need.
Sensational.
They're begging for things that they need. They're telling you, oh, it's a bad economy. And the economy is a little bit sucky. But when that happens, you got to learn to adjust. But then you're going to the expensive designer stores every other month. You're buying things that you don't need. You're going to Burger King every week, buying Whoppers instead of going to the grocery store.
Sensational.
I'm just saying, invest into assets. Learn to be more investor minded, meaning how can I take my money and put it into something that makes me something? And over time, you will win. Yes, wealth is a slow building process. You see, it doesn't just happen overnight, but wealth is one of those things where when you look back, you'll say, man, I've done really well. And I see what I've done over the last 10 years. Now I see what my report card looks like because now I'm living a little bit better than I did 10 years ago. That's how wealth works. Just slow, steady process. So stop spending all your money on these things that nobody cares about. You're doing it for the social media. Be honest with yourself. You want to look cool in front of other people. You want other people to think you got money. But meanwhile, the people that have money, it's funny. I go to a city called Birmingham in Michigan, right? It's a very wealthy city. It's one of the wealthiest cities in Michigan. A lot of times these guys are dressed very, very regular. I just seen it the other day. Very, very regularly dressed guy. Maybe he has some designer stuff on it, but it was very plain. Hops into a Bentley, right? Very nice person, cool person, but they're just dressed normal. Dressed normal. They don't need to dress and tell you that I'm about to hop into a Bentley and I'm Gucci from head to toe. When I see people Gucci from head to toe, I laugh. I literally laugh. But anyways, invest in the assets is the name of the game. Stop worrying about other people. Sit down and figure out where your finances are and find a way to fix it so that you can invest. And if you have a 401k, I'm going to tell you this right now. Please find out if you have a match plan with your company. If you do, immediately sign up for it. It's free money. And then increase your contribution if you can. Every year, increase it so that you can see your money grow for you. And then if you do that, get your own IRA account, just your own, and get a little bit of your check to go to there as well. Have your job and have yours. And if you can invest into some real estate, which on my channel, I've shown that. If you go through my previous videos, I have over 250 plus videos in real estate. Before I start talking about the current topics that you guys love, go back into the channel and you'll find a whole bunch of videos on how you can buy real estate with little to no money. But you're going to need money for sure. Invest in real estate. Invest in businesses. All right. So I'm going to get up out of here. And like I say, after every video, that this is chess, not checkers. And I'm going to see y'all at work.
It's going to be a cold summer.